Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. I invite you to read this article in the Nation News. I will put up the different pages of it, but I invite you to read this particular article, the Putumayo disaster. It was a genocide, the devil's paradise, and Barbadians' hands in it. They said that Barbadians were employed to subjugate Indians in the area, and the Indians were very peaceful. And it details what Barbadians did to those peaceful Indians in terms of enslaving them, having them work day, night without pay, what the Barbadians did to the women and the children, and they even listed the names of the Barbadians who were involved, last names, and they talked about the genocide, because when the Barbadians showed up at that place, they were trying to harvest rubber. I invite you to read it because I will not even try to read it because it probably would be too much for YouTube. So I invite you to read it. But they were there to get rubber and whatever else that you can get from rubber. And they were there were 200 Barbadians, and they corralled the Indians. There were like 50,000 indigenous Indians at the time that Barbadians and the company that they were working for arrived in that particular area to do what they wanted to do. It was a rubber industry, and they talk about maybe 7,000 left by the time Barbadians got through with them. They had harems, a whole set of women, and doing to the women what they wanted to do to the women. It is very detailed. It is in the history of Peru. And the last names of the people, the Barbadians who went to Peru and did what they did, these are the last names, okay? Some of them: Archer, Atkins, Batson, Ben, Bishop, Blades, Brown, Cadogan, Chase, Clark, Cox, Critchlow, Cumberbatch, Davis, Downs with the ES, Downs with the S, Dial, Ford, Francis, Gibbs, Greenwich, Henry, Hines, Hoyt, Isaacs, Jacob, Johnson, Jones, Jordan, King, Labadie, Levine, Lawrence, Lane, Lewis, Mapp, Mings with GGS, Morris, Mears, Percy, Prescott, Quails, Quintine, Rock, Rolliston, Scandalberg, or Scantleberry, Seeley, Smith, Stokes, Stewart, Thompson would be there, Voss, Voiss, Walcott, Walker, Walterman, West, Woolworth, Yarbit, and Phillips. Last one, Phillips. Okay, so those were the last names of the Barbadians who went into Peru and created a genocide. I once said to you that to be a slave means that you're not quite human. I once said that to you. I once said to you, well, I've said it many times, that you cannot enslave. You cannot enslave a human being. It is impossible to enslave a human being. A human being cannot live with dignity and with that sense of being as a slave. It can't work. It just cannot work. So when I tell you that Barbadians are a different set of people, you don't want to hear. You don't want to look yourselves in the mirror. You think, I don't know what I'm talking about. But I've said it. Barbadians are a different type set of the DNA of what you are and where you came from. It's not normal, okay? Because look what they went to Peru and did. They created a genocide after coming out of slavery. Slavery had just been abolished in the islands, and they took on a job where they went to an area in Peru where there were very, very friendly and very, very docile type people, and they enslaved them, and they are the women, they are the little boys and the little girls. They fed their bodies to the animals, cooked them up. Read it. Read this. So when they sent their money back to Barbados, this is talking about that it's dirty hands. And when we all talk about reparations, everyone needs reparations. That's what it touched on in this particular article, because Barbadians also enslaved people in Peru. Okay, so it's nothing that I'm shocked by, because I say it a lot and I get a lot of heat from you guys. I get a lot of heat from you guys when I say something's up with Barbadians and the way they will sell you down the river. A Barbadian will sell you down the river. A Barbadian will put you in slavery by stealing your money or borrowing your money and never paying you back. They put you in slavery. It's something they do day in and day out. They have an affinity with it. They vibe with slavery. Vibe with slavery. Even when you see the people in the buses, the yellow buses, and the way they drive and block everyone from going or coming, it's all about them. They don't care about you. They don't want everyone to win. They don't want you to win. Okay? These are a set of Barbadians who went to Peru and created a genocide, enslaved people, and had their way with the women and the children. Okay? And it has been recorded in Peruvian history. It has been recorded. Okay? There were formal investigations. Everything went the way it should go. You know, public condemnation and everything. But the fact of the matter is, I say to you, and I know for a fact that you cannot enslave a human being. And the mere fact that you sat in slavery for centuries, it means that you are a new species. You don't want to hear it. I've said it. I'm saying it again. You are a new sort of species, but it will never get into your heads, because your framework doesn't allow for that information to come into you. You cannot tell a Bajan about themselves. You just don't want to hear that. You just want to pass the 11 plus and think you're somebody because you went to high school, and you think you're somebody. You don't even have to go to college or university. Just as long as you go to a high school, you think it's okay. It's something wrong. There's something wrong. You are a new set of humans, maybe a sub-human species. It has to be looked at. You have to look at yourselves and see and know what you're capable of. Know what you're capable of. Okay? Read this book. Read this book. Devil's Paradise. Demons that went into Putumayo. The demons that went into that place in Peru and enslaved the people and had their way with their women. read about it. Okay, read about it. This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.